Hello everyone and welcome to a very sudden video, but with the news spreading about I thought I'd say something about it and create a kind of discussion around it, and that is the rumoured state of play in February for PlayStation, which could be very big considering the titles releasing around the time like Horizon and Elden Ring, and so I can see Sony trying to capitalise on that popularity and hype. So let's go through things that could happen and stuff that probably won't, but I'd like to personally see. I'll try to start with things that are most likely to appear, and towards the end of the video we can discuss things that probably won't appear at this specific one, but have a small chance to. And so without further ado, let's get into the discussion. Okay, so the first thing we have, and what I think is the most likely thing to appear at this state of play, is PSVR 2. Now, Sony has confirmed that is happening. It exists and it was announced in an official Sony presentation only a short while ago. However, we do not know a lot of things about it, such as how it looks, the design, how different it is, and how it will compare to the original PSVR, along with what games could be coming out on it. Now, I don't expect a shipping, pre-order or release date for it right now. I think that will be announced in a bigger Sony event that I think will happen later in the year, which we will get into. What I do expect though is the games that will be coming along with the design of the actual headset. Now, what games could come to PSVR 2? Now, we already know a Horizon VR experience called Horizon Call of the Mountain will be available. We don't know what this is exactly about, but I don't think we'll see any more of it for a while due to how soon it was just revealed. But I do think we will have a reveal of a game or games from Stress Level Zero. Now, if you don't know these guys, they created the Duck Hunt VR game along with many other very well received VR games, and I could see them showing off one or multiple projects they have said to be working on here. Game speculation for this type of stuff is difficult as pretty much anything can be transformed into a VR experience or a spin-off, so hopefully we will see what PlayStation has in store. Another very likely thing they are to show are the final launch trailers for Horizon Forbidden West and, less likely, Elden Ring. It would just make the most sense, especially for Forbidden West, as if done at the right time would be released right before the release on the 18th of February. The reason I say Elden Ring is less likely is due to it not being a PlayStation exclusive, and it would just make the most sense to give an exclusive the most limelight possible before a release with a final trailer from Guerrilla. Another thing that is the most likely is a Ghostwire Tokyo release date. It recently got its first age ratings, so that means it's shaping up to be released. When could we see it being released? I personally could see the end of summer around August, but a spring or a start of summer release date definitely seems possible as well. Final thing I think will definitely be shown is finally a God of War Ragnarok release date. It has been radio silent since that trailer back in September, however a couple of weeks ago it was spotted that the PlayStation Store database had updated the game for the 30th of September 2022. Now, this is a completely believable release date in my opinion, purely due to the fact of how the game looked in the trailer, along with the idea that they originally thought it would have been ready for last year, however it got delayed, and with a year more of development, I could 100% see the reveal of the release date, maybe at the end of this day of play to close it off. Now, let's get on to things that could pop up in the event, but I just don't see happening 100% for a reason or another. And the first thing is a release date for Stray, the cat game that was shown way back at the PS5 reveal event in 2020. Now, the July gameplay trailer said it was aiming for an early 2022 release. Now, when I hear that, I think the first quarter of 2022, and that is January, February, and March. And I can see this game maybe making a quick release in March. Maybe. Forspoken is the only massive PS5 exclusive being released then, so I could definitely see an early March release, but it's definitely unlikely. Next is another release date, and that's for Hogwarts Legacy. Now, rumours surfaced they would be looking for a fall of 2022 release date back in November, and Tom Henderson, the leaker of this rumoured February state of play, has rumoured Hogwarts Legacy could be shown, and the only reason this isn't a definite for me is the scope of this state of play. If it's a pretty big one, I could see a majority of what's already been said along with this next one definitely happening. But if it's to be like a small contained event, it's one of the games I could definitely see missing the event. The next one I was talking about, and one Tom supposedly mentioned, was Final Fantasy XVI's release date. Now, the logic for this placement in the video is the same as Hogwarts Legacy. However, if we don't get a release date, I do at least think another trailer is very likely. The rumoured release date is June, I can maybe see that. I've not really been keeping up with the game that much, so Final Fantasy fans, tell me what you think in the comments, because I have no clue. Now, on to the last thing I think has a chance of being shown, and out of all of these, it has the least likely chance of actually being revealed. And that is the Last of Us remake, or at least a reveal of it. We know it's happening, it's been rumoured to be nearly finished and looking for an end of year release date, along with a Last of Us Part 2 director's cut, and honestly, I don't see this happening that much because of the fact of the lack of information we have on the remake, and the fact that everything apart from the fact it's happening is purely rumours and speculation. But don't get me wrong, a small teaser or reveal could definitely still be possible, just not a full trailer or anything like that. Now, things I would like to see, but definitely or probably aren't going to show up. Some things I just really want really badly, and it would be insane if they did, but they fucking probably won't at all. And the first is the Last of Us remake, except with a full trailer, a release date, and a look at the Last of Us Part 2 director's cut, along with factions for Part 2. I just don't think Naughty Dog are ready for that big of a reveal just yet, and I have a feeling there will be a bigger event later in the year for all of this to be revealed, along with new titles, etc. Next up is Bloodborne 2, or Bloodborne Remastered / Definitive Edition, whatever you want to call it. I find these to be unlikely, more so Bloodborne 2 more than Bloodborne Remastered, because From Software is releasing Elden Ring in the same month of this State of Play, and if there had to be something from the team at FromSoft, I reckon it would just be a final Elden Ring trailer to bring the hype before release. Next up is a Spider-Man 2 trailer / gameplay. There's just really nothing pointing to Insomniac showing up at this event. Again, they've surprised us before with Wolverine and Spider-Man 2, so for all we know, they might very well make an appearance. And the final thing for today's video, the Metal Gear Solid remakes. There's been barely anything about it even being close to being ready to reveal, never mind release. Now, it has been confirmed that Bluepoint will not be working on these remakes, which is sad to hear, but the question also comes to which one will come first, as most rumours and fan speculation points to Metal Gear Solid 3's remake being the first and furthest along in development, but I really just don't see Konami or anyone like that showing up at this event. But with that, I bring this video to a close. If you made it this far, thank you very much, and tell me, what do you want to see at this rumoured event, and do you disagree with anything I thought would come up? Tell me down in the comments below, and if you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. Have a good one, and goodbye.